안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. 익스체인지 첸 조앤
And Megan.
입니다. 안녕하세요. 익스체인지 첸 두 번째 시간입니다. 요즘 한창 봄이어서 그런지 거리에 나가면 외국인들이 더 많이 눈에 띄는데요. 우리와 함께 살고 있는 그분들에게 더 쉽게 다가갈 수 있고 또 우리에게 더 쉽게 다가오도록 노력하는 프로 익스체인지 첸인데요. 오늘 두 번째 이야기를 하게 되네요. 우리나라의 존댓말에 대해서 메간과 함께 이야기를 풀어보려고 합니다. Hello, Megan.
Hello.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Megan, you are not used to Korean language yet.
I'm not. I mean, have I heard it? And can I pick out some words? Yes, but I do not speak it.
Oh,
Not enough.
learn.
I know.
And, did you ever hear about Korean honorifics before coming here?
I have. Yeah. I'm quite familiar with the use of honorifics in specific languages as well as formal speech in other languages that I do speak. But I'm here to learn more.
Okay, so today's topic is about the Korean honorific languages. And then, I will show you some about the Korean honorific language at first.
Great.
In our country, showing respect is very important. And one way to do that is using different levels of speech depending on who you are talking to. So when you're talking to someone older than you, like a teacher or a grandparent, you'd want to show them respect. So can use special words and endings in your sentences. And these words are called honorifics. In the form of saying hello, there are several kinds. 안녕 for your friends, and for almost the same, some ages guys, 안녕하세요 for showing some respect. Some older guys, so adding 하세요 makes it more polite. And in talking to someone older or in a higher position, you might add 님 after their names instead of just saying teacher. So explaining in a mixed type, it could be teacher 님. a little bit funny. It is proper for showing respect. Like in English, you put the Mr. or Mrs. before someone's name, right?
Yeah. I think there are other ways, but that's, I think, the most common. Yes.
So Korean 하세요 of ending part is for please in English, and 님 after someone's name is for Mr. or Mrs. in front of the name. You got that?
Simple.
Simple. Oh, good.
No, I mean, you're right. I think it's finding, that makes sense. Sorry, I haven't slept much today, so here we are.
So how do you feel about this? Complicated?
No, I mean, it's not complicated. I guess it's more, whenever you're learning a language or getting to know things, finding the patterns, finding the vocabulary and learning that. So it's simple to me. It's just foreign.
Yeah, you're foreign.
Yeah. And using foreign too as we also just use that if something is unfamiliar. So that's why I am technically a foreigner, one who is unfamiliar. Little English, here we go.
So I cannot believe that. I cannot, every foreigners, they think that this kind of honorific way, Korean language way, is a little bit complicating. But you said no.
No, it's more, whenever you learn a language, you also learn the culture. And honorifics are part of Korean culture. I think maybe when they think it's complicated, it's more vocabulary. And I think the system and the just the act of doing so is unfamiliar. And maybe it's undesirable for some to address people in that way. So I think if they think it's complicated, it's just unfamiliar. And more vocab.
What good attitude. So welcome.
I mean, I have opinions, but that's also my personal. Yeah, I'll share them later. But like, you know, I think whenever you learn a language, it's just good to know the history and how it's used.
That's right. That's right. And we have to accept all their way
Yeah,
to express their thinking way.
Yeah.
Yeah. 메간이 우리의 존댓말 존댓말 그 표현식에 대해서 복잡하지 않고 배워야 하는 거라고 얘기해 주니까 너무 반갑네요. 그렇게 얘기해 주는 외국인을 보니까 너무 귀여운데요. 자, 그러면 메간의 의견을 좀 들었으니까 우리 첫 곡 듣고 그다음에 두 번째 얘기로 이어져 가 보겠습니다. 자, 첫 곡은 요즘 아주 핫한 가수죠. 마일리 사이러스의 Flowers입니다.
We were good, we were gold, kind of dream that can't be sold. We were right till we weren't, built a home and watched it burn. I didn't want to leave you, I didn't want to lie. Started to cry, but then remembered I can buy myself flowers, write my name in the sand, talk to myself for hours, say things you don't understand. I can take myself dancing, and I can hold my own head. Yeah, I can love me better than you can. Can love me better, I can love me better, baby. Can love me better, I can love me better. Paint my nails cherry red, match the roses that you laid. No remorse, no regret. I forgive every word you say. Ooh, I didn't wanna leave you, baby. I didn't wanna fight. Started to cry, but then remembered I can buy myself flowers, write my name in the sand, talk to myself for hours. Yeah, say things you don't understand. I can take myself dancing. Yeah, I can hold my own head. Yeah, I can love me better than you can. Can love me better, I can love me better, baby. Can love me better, I can love me better, baby. Can love me better, I can love me better, baby. Can love me better, I didn't wanna leave you, I didn't wanna fight. Started to cry, but then remembered I can buy myself flowers, write my name in the sand, talk to myself for hours. Yeah, say things you don't understand. I can take myself dancing. Yeah, I can hold my own hand. Yeah, I can love me better than. Yeah, I can love me better than you can. I can love me better, baby. Can love me better. I can love me better. Can love me better. I can love me better, baby. Can love me better.
칼국수에서 이렇게 깊은 맛이? 진한 국물의 사골 칼국수와 만둣국, 가시를 하나하나 발라낸 부드러운 사골 황태국, 김치 하나까지 손수 담가 내오는 장인의 정성이 듬뿍 담긴 음식들. 따끈하고 든든한 한 끼 팔방 칼국수에서 만날 수 있습니다. 푸짐한 전골에 30년 비법의 수제만두 한 접시를 곁들이면 모임이나 회식도 오케이. 남가자동 이웃들의 입맛을 사로잡아온 백년시장 맛집 팔방칼국수에서 사계절 변함없는 맛과 인심을 누려보세요. 팔방칼국수 0507-1450-2398 0507-1450-2398
자, 우리 메간이 여기 살면서 존댓말과 연관해서 에피소드가 있는지 좀 물어볼까요? Megan,
Yes.
you've stayed here more than 7 months, right?
Yeah, about that.
Uh-huh. Okay, I think you have ever experienced some funny or little embarrassing moment related to the Korean polite form language, right?
Yeah.
Could you tell me some?
Of course. I think, I mean, it goes back before the 7 months, right? I have enough Korean acquaintances and friends that I made during my master's program a couple years ago. And just, I guess I'll start with this. I think I get a little like leeway or a little excuse. I'm excused from the whole formalities and the honorifics in Korean because I'm speaking English and I'm not speaking Korean, right? So I think that there's a part where I don't fully participate or people want to speak English with me, so honorifics aren't a thing. But I something I've kind of learned is that intergenerational friendships wouldn't be okay in Korean versus how I can have them in English. So meaning I've made friends who are 20, 30 years my senior, which is totally fine when we're speaking English, but it wouldn't be in English, in Korean rather. Yeah. But it's also even more severe, I guess, with even I made a friend 4 years my junior, and she said that there was an evening where she just goes, oh, I'm so happy we know each other in English because otherwise in Korean she'd have to call me, is it 언니? Right? And so she'd have to do that, and there's like a certain respect and a certain barrier there that
Yeah, kind of barrier. It could be.
yeah, and she was like, I'm so happy we don't have that because
Yeah, no barrier at all.
yeah, in English, but also I'm quite an informal person in a lot of ways as well. I like to bridge that gap. In general, in my speech, I tend to have a potty mouth sometimes. Even it's a whole thing. But even so, I've had that. I've also had I know a man 4 years my senior, right? And he was saying that like, oh, if in general, but also especially if there was like dating happening, like if we were partners, I'd have to call him, is it oppa? Right? And he stopped me, right? When we talked, he goes, wait. And he just goes, oh, he, as I had said it, he said, oh, for the first time, he really felt that by me saying that, it would have felt like I was subservient to him.
Oh, no.
And he like, I don't like that. And I think because we have a certain relationship where there is not that, and I would never. That's not my style. I would not serve you in any capacity. I am too opinionated for that. And it just was kind of like a shock. And he thought, wow, I have to think about that because that's not the dynamic he would want. But if we were speaking Korean, it would be there. Yeah. So that, I guess those are most of, I don't use them because I'm speaking English to people. They don't expect me to. Yeah. Do you-
네, 지금 메간에게 물어봤는데요. 외국인으로서 자기가 그 한국의 존댓말에 대해서 알고는 왔는데, 한국인들이 너무 관대하게 대해주는 것 같아서 너무 감사하다고 얘기를 하고 있네요. 그리고 그 외국인에게 관대한 것 때문에 자기는 편하게 지내고 있다고. 그다음에 그 영어로 여기서 친구를 사귀게 됐는데 자기보다 그 메간보다 4살 위인 사람과 아니면 4살 미친 사람 밑에 있는 사람과도 친구를 사귈 수 있었대요. 그게 다 영어로 그 소통을 할 때 가능한 일이라서 다행이라고 얘기를 하네요. 그다음에 한국어로 했으면 이렇게 친구를 사귈 수 있었을까 싶네요. 근데 메간도 조금 의심을 하고 있어요. 왜냐하면 우리 사회가 그 존댓말에 대해서 조금 좀 관대하지는 I forgot the Korean word for, strict.
Oh, okay. But it's so true. Like, thank you, by the way, for translating, because, whenever you speak more than one language, especially in the moment where you're doing both,
Okay,
of course,
so
it's so
confusing.
normal. Oh my God. It's something I laugh about all the time. Like, I forget all the time.
Okay.
You're good. You're good. And I'm a writer.
Okay, I'll try again.
Artist,
I'll try
writer.
again. Okay,
Here we are.
let me have
okay.
time.
Okay.
네, 우리 사회에서는 그렇게 세대 간에 다르면 존댓말 쓰지 않는 게 별로 환영받을 일은 아니잖아요. 그런데 메간에게는 영어를 사용하기 때문에 그런 게 다 관대하게 통용이 돼서 참 다행이라고 하니 다행이네요. 저도. 네, 그러면 메간이 또 다른 에피소드가 이 존댓말에 대해서 한국에서 사용하는 존댓말에 대해서 또 갖고 있는지 제가 물어보겠습니다. Megan, you have any other episode about related to this kind of honorific way in Korea?
Yeah. I think this question is great, but it's also hard because I don't speak Korean and I'm not stumbling over honorifics. But I can tell in like a power dynamic and energy kind of way, right? Because I think that's kind of what a lot of this is, right? It's power dynamics and energy. So, do we have... sorry about that. I think one of our phones is ringing.
Sorry.
Oh, no, we're good. So I think the one that mostly comes to mind is I do some artwork at a pottery studio, and I am teaching the owner English. Very informal. Just, I teach English and I get to use the space. Lots of lovely volunteer trade energy. Very artist of me. But the owner is younger than...
You.
Yeah. How many?
How old?
I think she's 8 years younger than me.
8
so
years.
Quite a bit.
So much.
Right? That's
Yeah.
quite a bit. But for me, like... I would be friends with... I've had friends her age in the past, right? So it's interesting because she's technically the owner of the pottery studio, and I'm her teacher, and I'm older. So if we think of power dynamics there.
Position different? The age difference?
Yeah, so there's an age difference. So I'm older and I'm teacher, but she's also owner, like studio owner, and she teaches me some. Like I ask her, so she teaches me, but it's also like, but also we're creatives, and so we're colleagues, right? So we're peers at the same time. So it's kind of an interesting dynamic because I can sometimes tell when I will say her name, whereas in Korean, right, if I just said your
Without
name,
any 님.
yep, it's informal.
You can
But-
call her.
Yeah, but
by just the name.
And at the same time, I think I can tell where it's okay because I'm older, and I think she would only have that in general. But I think as I'm teaching her more English and as we hang out more together and spend time together, I can tell a greater comfort. Maybe I do the older, person thing of I'll bring bread that I make, or I'll bring some coffee. So it's definitely like older sister vibes, right? I have the older,
older sister.
I think there's that part of me that I do that in general, even if I'm younger than people, but like, I think there's that there. But as I keep teaching her, I keep telling her that the goal is cheeky conversation.
cheeky.
Yeah, so that we can just be informal and enjoy. And I think that's, I don't know if that would be the thing. And correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I don't know if I could be friends with someone 8 years younger than me here. If I was speaking Korean, I don't know.
But, in 8 years younger, you should be obey, the Korean style. So you have to use the honorific way.
And maybe because we speak English, we then have a different, we have a different relationship because we're speaking English. And I think that just changes the whole dynamic because we're not speaking Korean. Yeah, so I don't know. I think she's lovely. I wouldn't call her my junior and treat her differently. But that's just the energy that we've and the relationship we've been building.
So good thing to hear.
I think so. I think so.
And
Yeah.
then different generation, different generation.
Well, technically, I think I'm at the younger end of the millennials, and so then she would be Gen Z.
Can make a very close relationship with each other. Wow,
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah. But I mean, I have friends who are twice my age, and that's normal for me. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
네, 메간이 지금 또 다른 에피소드를 소개시켜 줬는데요. 8살이나 어린 친구랑 지금 서로 아주 가까운 사이로 친구가 될 수 있었던 건 영어를 사용할 수 있기 때문에 영어를 사용했기 때문에 그게 가능했던 것 같아요. 메간도 그걸 느끼고 있네요. 그러면서 8살 어리지만 서로 좋은 아주 가까운 사이로 발전할 수 있는 친구를 갖게 돼서 참 기쁘다는 걸 표시하면서 소개를 해주네요. 아, 참 듣기 좋은데요. 자, 그러면 메간의 에피소드를 들었으니까 우리 두 번째 곡을 좀 듣고 다시 얘기를 이어가도록 하겠습니다. 자, 두 번째 곡은 레이디 가가입니다. 레이디 가가의 Marry the Night네요.
I'm gonna marry the night. I won't give up on my life. I'm a warrior queen, live passionately tonight. I'm gonna marry the dark. Gonna make love to the stark. I'm a soldier to my own emptiness. I'm a winner. I'm gonna marry the night. 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 I'm not gonna cry anymore. I'm gonna marry the night. Leave nothing on these streets to explore. Marry the night. Marry the night. I'm gonna lace up my boots, throw on some leather and cruise down the street that I love. In my fishnet gloves, I'm a sinner. Then I'll go down to the bar, but I won't cry anymore. I'll hold my whiskey up high, kiss the bartender twice. I'm a loser. I'm gonna marry the night. I'm gonna marry the night.
땀 흘려 일하는 당신의 곁에 서대문구 노동자 종합지원센터가 있습니다. 노동법 강좌와 청소년 노동인권 교육, 무료 노동상담, 소상공인을 위한 노사 관계 지원과 취약계층 노동자를 위한 문화복지 사업 등 일하는 사람들을 위한 사업을 진행하고 있습니다. 임금체불, 부당 노동행위, 산업재해, 직장 내 차별행위 등 일하다가 겪는 어려움은 무료 노동 법률 상담 02-395-0025, 02-395-0025로 전화주세요. 배달라이더, 택배기사, 대리기사, 요양보호사 등 이동노동자들을 위한 슈 서대문 이동노동자 쉼터에는 다양한 업무 편의시설과 안마의자가 준비되어 있으니 이동 중 힘드실 때 언제라도 쉬어가시기 바랍니다. 서대문구 노동자 종합지원센터의 소식을 좀 더 알고 싶다면 카카오 채널 서대문 노동자센터를 검색해주세요. 서대문구 노동자 종합지원센터는 일하는 모든 사람이 존중받고 노동이 아름다운 서대문구를 만들기 위해 노력하겠습니다. 당신을 응원하는 서대문구 노동자 종합지원센터와 함께 오늘 하루도 힘내세요.
네, 여러분은 지금 서대문 공동체 FM 라디오 91.3MHz의 익스체인지 첸첸 채널 듣고 계십니다. 앞에서 메간과 우리나라의 존댓말에 대해서 간단히 소개하고 메간이 이와 관련된 경험도 들려주었는데요. 여러분도 재미있는 경험담이 많으실 것 같아요. 언제든지 사연 보내주시고요. 소개해 드릴게요. 이번에는요, 영어에도 어느 정도 존댓말 표시가 있는 걸로 저는 알고 있거든요. 그래서 물론 우리처럼 세부적이진 않지만요. 메간에게 좀 소개해 달라고 해야겠습니다. Megan, I think that in English,
Yeah.
you have honorific way to express, right?
Yeah. I mean, we don't as much call them honorifics as we would maybe say titles.
Titles.
Yeah. So that can be like, I mean, it can be where to start. So I guess we could start with like the very. Where I was going to go is it can be
so
very but it is like because it's kind of a range. Like if you have like there's a very intense class system in the UK, and there are things like lords and ladies and dukes, and so they're lords and ladies and dukes, and that there still is a monarchy there, and so there are titles in that sometimes people prefer to. If they have that title, like that's what you should call them. And that's within a specific kind of class. But if you're in places like the States, we don't have that. So, but we do have things like Mr., Mrs., which, getting in a bit of, I'm going to put my opinion in here. Why is it men? If you refer to them politely, like I said, titles, it's not really honorifics, just it's Mr. this, Mr. that, whatever. Whereas for women or female presenting people, like don't get me started on if your gender is different than male or female, we don't really have accommodating titles. But we have things like Miss, Mrs., Ms., and that really depends on your marital status. So for me, like because I have never been married, even though I'm over 30, I still technically am called Miss and then my surname, or Miss Megan, like, but usually Miss and then your surname.
I like this kind of, the simple way.
It is simple, but it also is boundaries. Like, for instance, if like when I was in high school, and you bring friends over, they meet your parents, some of them would be like, hello, Mr. and Mrs., and then my surname, and my parents would just say, no, call me by my first name. So if you're like, oh, hi, Miss Betcher to me, I'm like, no, please call me Megan. So that bridges any kind of gap.
So maybe some kind of make some closure each other.
Yeah, it does. And it can just be an informal. Sometimes I can't be bothered. Like, I just can't be bothered to be called Miss Betcher. Like, don't call me that. Like, I'm Megan. Hi. But then there are things like, if you don't know someone's name, and especially in the South, in the States, like it's very common to call people ma'am and sir. So like, yes, sir. Yeah, yes, sir. No, ma'am. Or even if people don't know my name, like they'll say, yes, miss. Then if you're older, they'll say ma'am. Like, yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Here you go, ma'am. Here you go, miss. Do you need this? So we have those kinds of things. I learned it different as I was an English teacher in Taiwan for a while. And it was always teacher Megan, because that's kind of how the Chinese language would work, is you'd say, teacher and then your name. Whereas in the States, they would say like Miss Betcher. So like that's how you would address me, not teacher Megan. Or I know in the UK, it's always miss. They always say miss to your teacher. So yeah, there are ways to address people, but usually it's distance. I know people who, like, I called my grandparents grandma, grandpa, or if you have other names like Nana, Papa, Mom, Dad. But if you're formal, like this is where I say more formal than honorific. We have things like mother, father, grandmother, grandfather. So we have the more formal ways of speaking that sometimes give distance. I mean, is that kind of similar in Korean, where it's like there's a casual word for mom and dad, and there's a more formal?
That's right, of course.
Okay.
There are ways to call the family members, even the family members. So several kinds of calling.
Oh, okay.
And then, but after grown ups, we just called our parents in a very honorific way.
Really? Like
that's normal.
Is that like once you get to a certain age?
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, after marriage. So before that,
I have a long way to go there.
I just called my parents just like Appa. Or 엄마.
Okay.
But after marriage, we call that 아버지, 어머니.
Really?
Like this.
See,
it means just showing my, how can I say, respect to them, and then I just to appreciate your effort for us.
I guess that's. I don't know if it's fully in that. It's in English, because I guess sometimes you do change what you call your parents, for example, like when you're children, and I'm speaking from as someone who grew up in the Midwest in America. It's different in other countries, whereas, so for instance, I would say mommy and daddy, but then there's like mama, papa, and that changes. And I know mine was more, I have a different history of why I don't call my parents a certain thing, but sometimes as you get older, it's not really formal, it's just less cute. Like sometimes it stays like papa, but a lot of times dad. Sometimes you get so informal that you just call them by their name. Like their real government name. Yeah, so it'll get more informal in that way. But we also have this thing, because I know in Korean, like we're talking about honorifics of people older than you. I think some people mistake that English, we don't have honorifics or that, because, which true, we don't. But we do have this.
But you do have.
Yeah, well, we do, but we also have a cultural mentality of how we say respect your elders. Okay, so I grew up being like, respect your elders, they're older than you, and to an extent, like I'm not going to treat someone horribly. I'm not going to, if someone needs help, I'll do that. But there's also an idea and a mentality of, hey, if you're treating me disrespectfully, or you're treating me horribly, and you think you can do that just because you're older, no. And that's a personal thing.
That's not fair.
Yeah, and I think that
because of age, that's not fair.
It's not, and I think that's where sometimes people might there is that attitude in a lot of foreigners, or I should say, I say I know Americans. I haven't lived there for 12 years, so I don't really think I know Americans anymore. But at least what I'm used to in other places I've lived in Europe, that yes, there is a respecting your elders to an extent, but like to the extent of, are you treating me like shit? Like, do you think that you get the right to be rude and treat me horribly and think I'm stupid just because I'm younger than you? I don't subscribe to that. I don't like that. Yeah.
You don't obey.
Yeah. I just think, I guess so we have them and we have culture and mentalities around, could say, honorifics or formal speech. But I think it depends on the distance you want and the closeness of relationship, also personal ideals and mentalities.
Oh, there are several things.
So many things. And that's why I think like honorifics, right, in the Korean language kind of puts that base, right? And there are ideas and mentalities around that as well. And especially as language changes and evolves, like maybe younger generations won't use it the same, or they will, it'll evolve, like as language does and should evolve. So yes, we have it to an extent, but it's just in a different way and not the, maybe you could say, blueprint of honorifics. Yeah.
But you have to, you're in here, Korea.
Yeah.
In here, Korea, we should respect some kind of elder people than me.
Yeah.
We have to. Absolutely, we have to. We have
in
to.
Korean, if I'm speaking Korean, I mean, I'll give you an example on the train today. I'm maybe not the best person to ask because sometimes I get a little like. Usually, things roll off my back, whatever. But when someone is like, it was an older man. He was, I don't want to guess ages, but probably well into his 70s. And the train was so busy as it is on a noon, just lunchtime, right? At a station that, you get a lot of traffic. And I was crammed in already. And so it's just hard to move. And so I'm trying to, as people are getting off, I need to stay on the train. And so I try and get back. And I'm doing my best to, I'm not going to bulldozer people over. I'm going to do this. And he just looked like he's like rudely, like muttering to himself, looking at me and waving his hand at me, like, get out of my way.
It means he can't push me?
Yeah, he was just like really kind of very much looking at me, telling me to get out of his way.
Wow.
And I'm just like...
So rude.
It's rude. And so if someone does that to me, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to fight him. I'm not going to do that. But I'm also... If someone gives me that attitude and like perpetuates that attitude toward me just because I'm like... a lot younger than him and also a woman, absolutely not. I'm just like, I'm like, are you kidding? I'm just like, no. Like, I'm fine. Get off the train, dude. Like, I am getting out of your way, but I'm not gonna bow down to you about this. Like, no, I'm gonna be polite and nice. Well, not even like, I'll be kind so far as I won't be harmed mentally, physically, psychologically for it. No, don't, like, fine, I'll move, but I'm not gonna. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I think,
yeah, that's right.
Like, would it be different if I was Korean? Would I maybe back away? Like, is that? I don't know. I just think maybe I'm too much in that way. I don't know.
And then I think that kinds of that situation is not so normal.
Okay.
Even in Korea.
Really?
And then our Korean elderly people, they don't do that kinds of rude thing to the foreigners.
Okay.
And then they understand. And then,
but what if I was Korean? Like, would he do that to me if I was a young Korean woman? And would I, like, is that more common if I was Korean or no?
In that case, the elderly people do the younger Korean girl. But but not so rude way.
Okay.
But it,
Maybe he was just a rude man.
yeah,
He's a grumpy
he
man.
just belong to a kind of
Grumpy person.
yeah. I don't want to use that word.
It's okay. I mean, maybe anyone can be. I've been grumpy. I was tired this morning. Maybe I was grumpy. I don't know. Maybe that's
Okay.
okay. So yeah, I mean, everyone's different. Like everyone can have a bad day, and so that's where like when I go, ugh, I'm like, okay, I'm having a bad day that I even went, ugh. But like, I don't know. I mean, I respect honorifics because it is part of learning the language. I think I've had a lot of my life where I have been like, I guess let's say pushed around a lot because of my gender and my age, and part of me let it happen, but my core and like no, I can weather things and let it pass by. But if I'm not gonna be stepped on constantly, especially if they're hard, if someone else is being hurt by it.
Yeah, I think that the kinds of attitude is, the very specific, very special characteristic of the young generations.
Is that
then-
still like a thing even here?
Yeah, and then as one of the aged guys, we are educated. We are educated very strict way.
Yeah.
Very strict way. We have to obey the Korean traditional rule. So we always express our respect to all the people.
I mean, I guess that's kind of similar to a situation I have, whereas I don't speak to my family, for instance. And there is a mentality of how dare you do that, and not just like in my family, but like around the world, because there's that. It's almost like honorifics in that way of like we are educated to uphold standards of family, and I'm like, hey, that didn't work for me. It was more harm to stay in than be out, and I think that's. I guess it's similar in a way, right? Of when we're educated in a certain way, you could say put up with things, or we manage the world in certain ways. And like you said, maybe it is a younger generation thing where some of us, if not, like we're at least looking at it a little differently. So that makes me curious of how languages and cultures will evolve, especially one like Korean,
That's
right?
all kinds of things are evolved.
Well, and how it will, I think, will be interesting to see of Korean that uses honorifics so heavily. I wonder how or if that will evolve with younger generations. How, like, I'm very curious. I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah, that's right. So almost all things through the education
Yeah.
or some through their parents educating. But it's very hard times these days,
Yeah.
A lot of things are so changing so fast.
So fast.
And then
So fast.
the mindset of our older generations,
Yeah.
I think, changes also so fast. So, we just follow the kinds of, changed mindset or changed, even the culture,
It does
it's
change,
changing.
yeah.
So, it's time to follow
Change
or
and
obey
evolve.
the changed
But maybe
attitude.
Yeah, but maybe that's where like respecting your elders can come in a kind way of like, so because also people are living longer. We have to acknowledge that. A lot, like we live longer. So that means, and because like technology in our world has evolved in so many beautiful ways, it just means a large diversity of mentalities. And so with older generations who have been educated in one way, and then we have younger generations who are sometimes, whether you're chronically on the internet or not, you can, or just in general, we're more international in that way and get a large variety of mentalities. So maybe instead of like, if you're going to be horrible to me, I'm not going to be horrible to you, like to older people, but there can be a compassion and a warmth toward, and where like respecting your elders can come in. Whereas, hey, we just grew up in different times, and I can have compassion and empathy and warmth for someone who thinks differently, as long as they're not harming others, myself. Like, I think can be where that also can come in. Because like I don't need to change your mind. I don't need to change someone's mind.
And then, and you know, one of the aged guys.
Yeah.
I am. And I know.
I mean, I'm not a spring chicken either.
the only thing that I know is that I understand that young generation, that kinds of, you know, a little bit kind of, how can I say it, a little bit rude mood.
Well, yeah, because you're going to see it as rude, whereas we're like, I'm just having a good time.
but I can't understand their attitude. That does not mean that they are so rude to the old guys.
No.
Never.
I wonder if, like, you know, looking at what older generations find as rude is younger generations might see as polite, because when I use informal speech, I'm trying to bridge a gap. I'm trying to be your friend. I'm trying to be closer to you.
Good.
And I'm trying to, like, almost respect in a way of, like, I see you for what you have, regardless of age, education, your gender, your just life experience. Like, I know me personally, I go through the world, I can learn something from everyone, even if it's just, hey, I don't like what you're doing and I don't want that for myself. But, like, that I do have friends of multiple different generations, and I do like many different education levels and thought patterns. Like, I can always learn something. And so when I'm informal, I'm trying to bridge that gap of like, hey, I'm respecting you by, I can always learn something for you, or I'm seeing you as an equal, but also, like, you might know more about, like, whatever. It's so I wonder if there's just kind of like, you know, a gap there, because what we might see as polite and like, hey, I'm trying to get to know you, is how, you know, it's rude. So I'm just curious how that will evolve, and I find it so interesting. I love it.
Okay, let me summary of this.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. Good
in a
luck.
brief way. Okay. 네, 메간에게 영어에서도 존댓말이 나름대로 존재하고 있다고 믿어서 어떻게 표시되고 있는지 좀 물어봤는데요. 미국에서도 물론 존댓말이 나름대로 존재하고 있고, 남부 지방은 좀 더 심한가 봐요. 북부 지방에 비해서요. 하지만 우리나라만큼 그렇게 아주 세부적으로 그렇게 지켜야 하는 그런 단계는 아니고, 간단한 방식이고, 또 메가는 지금 영 제너레이션이잖아요. 그래서 또 많이 빠르고 이렇게 급하게 변해가는 이 사회 속에서 살다 보니까 여태껏처럼은 지키지 못하더라도 그렇다고 존경의 마음을 잃고 있는 건 아니라고 열심히 표현을 하네요. 또 아주 특별한 무례하게 자기를 대하는 그런 경우가 아니면 다 존경을 표현한다고도 합니다. 또 여기 한국에서 메간이 마지막 부분에 지하철에서 무례한 경우를 좀 당했나 봐요. 그런 경우를 당했지만 여기는 자기가 외국인으로 와 있고 문화도 다르고 여러 가지 환경이 다르다는 거를 충분히 이해하고 다 이해하는 마음으로 받아들이고 있다고 얘기를 하네요. 참 고마운 일이네요. 자, 그럼 여기서 조금 열기를 식힐 겸 샤이니의 누나 너무 예뻐, 우리 한국 노래를 좀 한번 들어볼까요?
누나 너무 예뻐서 남자들이 가만 안 둬. 흔들리는 그녀의 맘 사실 알고 있어.
그녀에게 사랑은 한순간의 느낌일 뿐, 뭐라 해도 나에게 삶의 everything. 그녀는 어딘가 부담스러운가 봐.
날 바라보는 눈빛이 말해주잖아.
And I think I'm gonna hate it girl. 끝이 다가오는 걸
가슴이 말해준다. 누가 뭐래도
난 너무 예뻐. 그녀를 보면 난 미쳐. 하지만 이젠 지쳐.
replay replay
마음에 뿌듯했지 내 시선 집중 그녀와 함께 나는 so cool 제발 이 선을 놓지 말자던 나의 다짐은 어느 순간부터 거짓인 걸 알아 이제 모두 아는 걸 널 대하는 몸짓이 말하고 있잖아 Wanna hear it right 지나가오는 걸 가슴이 소리친다 이별 앞에서 난 너무 예뻐 하지만 이젠 지쳐 You make me wanna 내 맘을 핥혀 I need it We need a replay 그녀는 아직까지 누구와 진실된 사랑의 맛을 본 적이 없는 게 분명해 아쉽게도 그녀는 아직거린 나에게 진실된 사랑의 마음을 받을 수 없는 시는 너무 예뻐 그녀를 보고 나는 하지만 이젠 지쳐 Replay I need a replay Baby I need you Replay Yeah 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 그녀를 보는 내 맘 견딜 수 없을 거야
자, 마무리 멘트로 저의 의견을 얘기하고 싶은데요. 각 나라의 문화나 고유의 언어 형태, 사고방식 등은 그대로 존중받을 가치가 있는 거잖아요. 우리들의 가장 큰 유산들인 셈이죠. 상대에게 말에서부터 존중심을 나타낸다는 거, 그거 기분 좋고 멋진 거 아니겠어요? 설령 외국인들이 우리말의 질서를 좀 어긴다 하더라도 우리 너그럽게 봐주고 알려주자고요. 귀엽잖아요. 실수하면서 배우려고 하는 그들의 태도가 너무 사랑스럽고 귀여운데요, 저한테는. 네, 자 그러면 제가 한 저의 그 의견을 영어로 약간 요약해 드리겠습니다. I want to express my opinion. Each country's culture, unique language, form, and way of thinking deserve to be worth respect, right? These are our greatest legacies. It means showing respect to others right from the beginning. I think that feels good and cool. Even if foreigners break the order of our language, let's be lenient and let them know. It's so cute. Their attitudes of trying to learn by making mistakes.
I love that.
This is mine. And what's yours, Megan?
I love that. Like, it's cute and it's making mistakes because that is what it is, right? We, even in our native tongues, we make mistakes and that can be cute.
Yeah, we
and
all make mistakes always.
yeah, we do. And not seen as a shameful or bad thing. It's just, it's part of life.
Never.
It can be beautiful. There's a painter called Bob Ross. He was a really lovely just painter on television, very much, very soothing people. He's iconic in Western culture. And he, the States, I think he's from the States. And he would always say, happy accidents. It's just a happy accident. Because that's what it is. But so my opinion, I've traveled a lot, right? And I've lived in a lot of places. And I I think there's so much beauty in the similarities that even our differences show, right? There's like underlying similarities because we're all human, and I think our differences sometimes amplify our similarities. And so by learning the language in a culture or learning the culture in the space that you are can kind of you get to know where the similarities that you're seeing in someone come from, if that makes sense. And it's something I've kind of learned and I love throughout my life that I've lived, which is a particular experience. But something I was thinking of with like honorifics and same with like cultures that I've lived in. I come from the West. It's also about achievement, right? And whereas like if I have a master's degree and I'm an artist where I don't need someone to call me like Megan MFA. Like I don't need that. I don't need someone to call me master, right? But at the same time, I do appreciate someone calling me artist because I've worked really hard to center that. And same with like if someone gets a PhD, they might want to be called doctor. Like I don't want you to call me Miss Betcher, call me doctor, you know, like do that. And I think that's very valid, which can be kind of the same thing with honorifics, right? Where yes, I don't believe that age equals wisdom, but there does come certain experience. And while sometimes, you know, younger generations and young people, you know, we as humans, I think it is nice to figure things out for ourselves and you have to go through it in order to learn. But sometimes it is really worthwhile learning from experience, which I think like respecting your elders, honorifics can kind of come from, right? So I think you're so right. Like we're just learning how each culture does it differently. Yes, things might change. Sometimes you might learn and like what another culture does. And I think there's just always learning, always figuring that out. Yeah.
Okay. 자, 메간도 저랑 아주 의견이 너무 비슷한 것 같아요. So I think we are surviving.
Girl, we vibing. Which, I mean, could this happen? Like, I think it's lovely because we are from two different cultures, two different generations. Yet we vibing.
Yeah,
we vibing.
Why? 네, 얘기하다 보니까 시간이 이렇게 빨리 가는 줄 몰랐네요. 급하게 맞춰야 될 것 같은데요. 저희는 그럼 이번에는 여기서 마치고 다음 시간에 또 만나 뵙겠습니다. Bye.
Goodbye. See you next time. Goodbye.
Bye bye.